Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
June 28th, 2025. Dear future, these days when I leave our home, I put on what I call my bubble of delusion, a lie I tell myself, that I am safe, that the world is normal. It allows me to move through a city thrown outside of time, where we keep the past alive even as the old ways crumble around us. The sun is shining. The sky is an uninterrupted blue dome punctured by the raucous flight of helicopters. All across the city, there are gangs of masked men snatching people off the street. Food vendors, gardeners, day laborers. Mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, friends. They throw them in vans, destined for makeshift holding centers, black sites that no one but the captives and their captors can enter. In the basement of an office building, human beings sit crowded together, their conditions unknown to those outside. In a dark, fly-infested concrete hallway exposed to heat and other elements, their family members wait, hoping to see them, perhaps for the last time. To deliver needed medicine, to embrace them, to cry. A priest, hoping to pray with a migrant who has no family here to visit him, is turned away. Lawyers wait here too, hoping to meet with their clients, but most abandon their post for court appearances after waiting for hours. Where will these captives be sent? Some might return to their countries of origin, countries some have not seen in their adult lives, but the Supreme Court has decided that they could be sent anywhere without notice, perhaps South Sudan. You call the Home Depot Home Deposy. Your grandmother takes you there sometimes on your daily walks together in the stroller. I had the day off on Thursday to celebrate the end of slavery in the United States, so we went to the beach. The same day, armed men closed off the parking lot and rounded up over 30 people, including a U.S. citizen who was recording them on his phone. My mother and I decide to carry our expired passports with us to prove our citizenship, just in case. We go to Santa Monica Pier and ride the Ferris wheel, the sea breeze canceling out the heat of the sun to a temperature that I can only describe as pure perfection. Your smile is brighter than the sun, your laugh bursting from your body to infect everyone around you with a dose of happiness. My hope for you is that your life right now be as full as possible, that you have every moment for joy, for new experiences, for the richness and abundance of this world, because I don't know how long any of this will last. I birthed you into this world, and I want to birth the world that lives inside you, a future of nurture, love, abundance, and peace. So I put on my bubble of delusion. I go to the office, I send my emails, and I dream of something else, something more. They say parts of the city are like a ghost town. Even those who are documented are afraid to get swept up in the sadistic authoritarian cosplay that has been unleashed on the population. Most places I go, it's as if nothing is happening, as if we are not falling off a cliff, plunging deeper and deeper into a void. Just 2 weeks ago, we attended a protest, one of hundreds around the world. You were overwhelmed by the crowds and promptly fell asleep while a man rang a cowbell a few feet from your head, and we shouted, "ICE, go home! ICE, go home!" There had been protests for weeks, twisted by Fox News, a machine that has been injecting pure fear into the minds of millions of people for decades, into an insurrection and riots. Yet the only people causing bodily harm were the police. A cop shot a reporter in the back on camera with a less lethal round, and people forgot. The Minnesota Speaker of the House, a Democrat, was assassinated along with her husband in her home by a man dressed as a police officer, and people forgot. The Secretary of Health and Human Services doesn't believe that germs cause disease and released a report filled with fake citations, and people forgot. The richest man in the world had a spat with the President of the United States, at one point connecting him to rapist, human trafficker, and sex ringleader Jeffrey Epstein, and people forgot. Or perhaps it isn't forgetting. Perhaps it is that the capacity of the dominant culture to produce violence and pain has finally outstripped our capacity to hold it. I watched a video the other day about people who think that their AI chatbot is God and that they are receiving divine revelation. And I think perhaps we are all losing our minds in different ways. I've spent the last 5 years studying tarot and reading about astrology. You have to believe in something that anchors you to the earth but allows you to rise into the cosmos. But believing that you have been chosen by aliens from the future to be the messenger for a divine chatbot is just doing to yourself what cult leaders do to their followers. You've handed your agency over to a machine that can only reflect you back at yourself in an endless funhouse mirror. On days when I'm particularly gloomy, I watch YouTube videos about Jung, recently about his Red Book, the place where psychology, insanity, mysticism, and revelation converge. Maybe this is my Red Book, my chronicle of the time of collective insanity. My bubble of delusion feels like a kind of madness, a personal reality out of touch with the present. I've spent my life feeling like an exile in my own country, and there is a strange comfort in the plausible deniability of the overculture slipping away and the revelation of its true face coming forth. It's like I have been gaslit by this country for my whole life, and finally, it is telling the truth. If only we would listen. If only we could all come together and choose to live a different way. In the end, that is what you give me, a daily example of how not to live in this world. To defy it by inhabiting truth and madness, fact and fiction. You teach me to play while the world burns. You teach me to live for impossible futures.